All right, for those who are joining us for the first time, welcome to NextGen um, Builders Community. And I'm Jyoti Nukula. I have been in the field of AI for several years, like about 14 years now. I have worked across the stack of applications, platform, and infrastructure, and across modalities like computer vision, reinforcement learning, generative AI, and agentic AI. And I'm here. We do this every Friday at 1 p.m. PST, where we just get along and discuss either a topic or there's usually Q&A. And this time, it's our first time we are doing a showcase where folks who have built AI products can come in and showcase what they have built. And it's a great way to show your products and your learnings to the community and as well as inspire others. So this is a way for us to bring everyone together and share each other's learnings. For those who are new for the first time here, this is a video on session. So if you're able to turn on your cameras, please do so. That just makes this a lot more interactive versus just looking at tiles. All right. So today's theme is showcase, where we showcase the various AI products that you have built. So let's just stick to one AI product that you can showcase today. There are a few folks who have already responded saying they want to showcase, so that's great. I will kick us off with showing something that I built yesterday, not yesterday, over a few days last week. And then I will start calling the folks that who have submitted their names and project names. So we'll spend about less than 5 to 7 minutes on presentation, so we can have a few minutes for folks to ask questions. And if your presentation or if your product is we are not able to showcase this week, do not worry. We'll have another showcase in a few weeks, and we can showcase that then. We can slot you in then. All good? Perfect. Let's do this. So let me share my screen to show you what I have built, and then I'll hand it over to someone in the community as well. Okay, so we were tackling a life sciences use case last week, and one of the use case that came through was how do we build a agent that can triage pharmacovigilance for adverse reactions. Now, pharmaceutical companies, who are the main customers for a product like this, they spend 30 to 50% of their budgets on pharmacovigilance. What I mean by pharmacovigilance is once a drug is out in the market, FDA requires them to monitor for any adverse reactions. While the drugs do undergo clinical trials, human biology is complex enough that there may be many different types of workflows and cases that could not have been tested before the drug was released. So, FDA mandates for these pharmaceutical companies to monitor for adverse reactions, and they have stipulated like a regulatory time period by when they should continue to keep up submitting their reports on any adverse reaction seen for their product. So that's the problem we wanted to tackle, because that's like just in 2025 alone, pharmaceutical companies spent about $9.5 billion on just pharmacovigilance. It's a very manual process where folks have to look through call transcripts, have to look through social media, have to look through messages, emails to and even like contacts with hospitals to identify cases, then sit and triage those cases. And once that is triaged, then spend a lot of manual time collecting the evidence and then creating the filing report for submission for FDA. So that was the area that me and a few others as a team we wanted to tackle. So we built this multi-agent workflow for pharmacovigilance use case. So under the hood, there are 4 agents. One agent is collecting the case data from various channels, including email and SMS, observing social media, from literature. It's collecting various use cases and then parsing out the events, the patient ID, the timestamp, the drug, the dosage, age, sex, weight, symptoms, and some other parameters if applicable. So you can also search by different drugs over here. And so this is like your data, this is like a view to your database. That is then like all of those, the after parse just push to a database. And so this shows a view to that database in terms of the number of cases, number of drugs in the database pipeline that it's observing, and unexpected symptoms and prior history and all of that. Once an agent does this, so to do this, this agent has MCP tools and a few other scraping tools as well that it uses to collect and push it to a simple database behind the scenes. Once the data is collected, there is like a cron job every 24 hours that kicks off to create cluster profiles of the data that's collected. And this cron job does the triaging and signal in terms of clusters and the various cohorts and the status. So this is another agent behind the scene that does this clustering. Once second agent is done with clustering, the third agent picks these up and identifies the reactions, the seriousness. Now, for seriousness, we use ICHE2A framework, which is the standard framework as well, which medical officers use, and it attaches MEDDRA codes to the various conditions. Now, MEDDRA codes are the standard regulatory codes that are required to be added for FDA submission. So that's done by this agent as well. And it creates this whole report in terms of whatever it's triage for that use case and the criteria as well. So it does seriousness criteria evaluation, and it also does causality. That is, for example, it uses WHO UMC and Naranjo algorithms to perform causality to determine the extent to which this drug could have caused a reaction that is being experienced. Now, this view is for your medical officer at the pharmaceutical companies to come and see all the different cases that have come through. So once they view it, they can hit review and they can actually write their name and their note and say whether this is ready for filing for FDA or there needs to be some follow-up or it needs to be rejected. So this is human in the loop here because AI could be augmented or it could be automated. What use cases like this determine is that it needs to be augmented, where we're not trying to replace the medical officers here. What we are trying to do is to make their times more efficient by providing them the report so they could review it and then decide if something needs to be redone or relooked. and then say it's ready for filing. This name and these reviewer notes also provides audit trails that FDA regulatory authorities can look through, because everything is time stamped, and lineage is marked and stored. So it provides auditory trail as well for FDA. And once I say it is filing ready, I can click on generate filing submission, which generates the filing submission package in the format is required by FDA for filing. So someone can just review this and download it and submit it to FDA. So this is what I built over the last few days, solving a real problem for pharmaceutical companies. That is my submission for today. I will stop sharing and I'll see if anyone has questions on what I built, what was underlying architecture. Rajesh, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Jyoti. Thanks for the demo. Couple of questions. So one is, how are you using Data Robot? I saw the link where it's posted on Data Robot. And second, just how did you go about building those agents?
Yeah, I'll walk you through the tech stack. So actually, I'll see if I can find, but I'll answer the question, and if I can find quickly, I'll show you the architecture slide as well. So the reason it says powered by Data Robot is because all the agents were built in Data Robot. Data Robot is enterprise agentic AI platform, and I work there, by the way. So I used Agent Assist, which is a very natural language conversation way to build enterprise grade agents. And it has like tracing and monitoring built in. So I don't have to like additionally add monitoring or logging. All of that is built in out of the box. So it makes it really easy for me to build agents that are enterprise ready. And it also has auth, other tools like identity, all of that included as well. So instead of me like stitching together 10 different pieces, it makes it really easy for me to like build on that platform to build those agents. So it's all enterprise ready and out of the box. So I used Data Robot Agent Assist to build everything under the hood uh, with global MCP to access the tools. Then used a vector database that was provided by Data Robot in-house itself, and built a RAG pipeline for the cluster reports.
Yeah.
And I used memory. And memory here gives you role-based access control. So while I'm using mem0 memory, but because I'm using Data Robot's mem0 instantiation, it gives me role-based access control. So I could see who else has viewed this or how many times was it. So there's this who is accessing how and all of that, which becomes governance becomes important when it comes to enterprise use cases. So all of that comes ready out of the box. And so I decided to use Data Robot for it.
Thank you.
I thought I saw another hand, but
Yeah, I think you answered my question. I wanted to understand those vector DB, which one you use, but I think you use the in-house one, right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah. Okay, cool. Tabriz.
Hey Jyoti, thanks for the demo. I had a question on, you mentioned the causality. Like, can you talk a little bit about what kind of models you're using for that to determine causality? And if there
Yeah.
are any other applications beyond, like, means like, is it generalizable to other domains also, or is it pharmaceutical specific models?
So there are two algorithms, WHO UMC and Naranjo, which are very specific for causality for pharmaceutical products. These are predictive models that are developed And so I decided to just use an out-of-box predictive model for that is specialized for pharmaceutical industry and for drug causality specifically. But you can always build your own, either your own causality algorithm, or there are other causality algorithms for depending on your use case and industry, which you can use as a tool. So then you can have an agent that calls this predictive model through MCP tool, or it could be added in as a tool for the agent itself.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. With that, my demo is done. Now I will turn it over. So let's see. I have Rajesh, who is going to show trading platform, Agentic AI Trading Platform.
Right. Okay. You just give me a second. I know we have about hang on. Maybe I'll just start with the introduction of the app and then go into the demo. So hopefully everyone can see my screen.
We can see now, yeah.
Okay, great. Let me just put this in slideshow mode. So I was actually part of a AI bootcamp and a team of 4. We built this platform. So this is called Agentic AI Trading Platform, and essentially it is for everyone, right? Either whether you're a day trader, you're a swing trader, or you're first time trader, you don't know where to start. The idea here is to empower you by creating agents so that they do trading on your behalf while you're sleeping, or even when you don't have time, right? So they take care of everything else. And the way we, structured is that you start with paper trading first, become confident, and then move to actual money-based trading. So this is the team that was involved in it, and then the reason why we built this is because a lot of us don't have time, right? We want to do trading, but we also get emotional when we see markets going down or even up, and so we have to keep emotions out of the way when we are actually trading. So typically, you can actually find a lot of large platforms like Coinbase and Robinhood using AI now, but still, I feel that there is not enough trust in the platforms itself, how they're doing, and there's no option to use actually paper trading. So this one actually has all the components that you get you started. So this slide talks about the market size that we were initially targeting US and Canada, but it can be expanded globally by integrating with either MCP servers or the APIs for the trading platforms across the globe. So with that, let me just switch to the demo. So this is the platform. Again, I hope it's still visible. Let me move this out of the way. Yeah, so I actually had an account where I created it, started afresh, so you won't see much trades here. So once you log in, you will see some dashboard. By default, you will have about $100,000 to trade, and this is all paper money. So it will show you that this is paper money right now that you're using to trade. It will show like what's your total open positions and how many day trades have been done and what's the realized profit and loss or realized profit and loss, win rate, etc. And you can see the log here, how many trades have been done on your behalf. Yeah, I think today market is closed, and even yesterday when I was confirming this, market was closed. So I've been able to execute some crypto accounts, trades, but not stocks. So and these are the agents. So um, let me refresh it. So on the agent side, you can actually configure multiple agents. So if I have to configure an agent, let's say I want to trade, Netflix stock. So I can say Netflix agent. I can provide the symbol. I can say choose a strategy. So these are the 7 strategies out of the box. Last one here, Iron Condor is for options, but for regular stocks, ETFs, you can choose which strategy you want, whether you want to do day trading or swing trading based on the momentum or general trading based on technical indicators. So things like Bollinger Bands, RSI, or moving average. So let's say I'm going to use this strategy, and then I know this is a stock, and I can choose the interval for the agent to run and collect the data. And right now it's paper trading, so it's safe. I'm going to deploy this. Now I've created an agent, but I also need to start the agent. So by that way, I can create multiple agents here. Now it also we support multiple agents out of the box. So for example, if you click on provision all, it will show you different agents that we have already created based on crypto and some equities. And then you can, just run all to start all the agents. Trade history is where you will see the logs of all the trades that have been done. Right now, because we just created this, you won't have any uh, trades, but I'm going to start and see if something shows up here. And then portfolio. Portfolio is where you will again see the list of brokers that you can connect to. So right now we support Alpaca markets, and looks like it's got reset because I had connected to my Alpaca markets. All you have to provide is your API key and your API secret, and then you can connect and verify. You can also use interactive brokers, which is another popular trading platform, and of course Robinhood. Robinhood does not provide MCP server, but you can connect via APIs. And then it will show you the portfolio plus ability to submit manual orders. There's a charting facility where you can look at the charts. You can not compare right now, but that's something we are going to do. And then also there's a screener built in. So if you want to really identify stocks that you think you want to buy on your own, you can screen. Uh, you can sell, you can buy, you can short the stocks if you want. So it will have support for yes stocks, ETFs, crypto options, futures. There's also a backtest. So when you actually create an agent, you can run a backtest. So for example, I created this agent for Netflix, and I want to see whether this strategy works or not, right? So I can do a backtest. And right now it's not connected to Alpaca account, so it's not pulling the data. But it can do that. And then evals, you can ignore this one. This was actually more for our testing, where we try to connect it to LangFuse and see if we can run some evals. These are some of the default risk settings. Right now, these knobs are not configurable, but the idea is that you can have things like portfolio drawdown limit for 2%, and then you can have you can say that, okay, for max positions is only 100 shares, not more than that, and so on. So you can have certain risk controls. And then audit. Audit is where really I think we want to have most information, which is to show what has been done so far. So you can see the log. And also, if you want to stop all the agents, you can just click this. You can stop all the agents. It also has the option to sync with Alpaca and clean orphan trades and so on. There is some API documentation that's available as well. So you can use API to connect to the platform if you wish to. So this is what we built as part of the 4-week cohort. So yeah, it is actually functioning right now. I just need to connect to my Alpaca account. Happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
This is great. I love it.
Yeah.
So useful. I have a question, but I see Udit raise his hand, so I will raise my hand and wait in line. Go ahead, Udit.
Thank you, Jyoti, and great demo, Rajesh. Can you talk about a little bit in the underneath the hood? What did you use, and what are the challenges you faced in this?
Yeah, so we started with Gemini, actually AI Studio. Google AI Studio is what we use initially to create these screens in Stitch with stitch.with google.com for creating general UX. So we created the PRD first using, I think, ChatGPT. Once we had the PRD and they did some, research, the competition and everything, we had the PRD. Then after that, the next step was to feed it into Stitch, or you could have probably used Claude Design to create the mockup for the
Mhm.
UI. But we did Stitch in the Google ecosystem, and then used Google AI Studio to create the first framework. After that, it was all ported to GitHub, and from there we pulled it into Claude for incremental features and adjustment and all that. So it was always synced to GitHub, and then it was deployed on Vercel.
Okay. And when you create these agents, right, do you get flexibility on what models do you choose, or is by default you have chosen for them whenever an agent is created?
Yeah, I mean, these are agents that are part of the code itself, so you cannot really choose any LLM or
Okay.
bring your own LLM. So this is all included inside. Yeah,
So it's part of what? Sorry, I didn't
it's
get
part
that.
of the platform itself, so you cannot choose an agent. I mean, in the sense you cannot, sorry, you cannot choose an LLM.
But you have chosen the LLM for everyone, right? Basically,
Yeah,
when
right. So it's
consider it.
Claude. Basically, it's built in Claude. So the thing is like this is, I would say, more like semi-agentic platform because it's using LLM for evals or rather explanation of the traits. But once you create an agent, it's basically like a, I would say, like a cron job that you're creating. So and you're telling it, okay, this is a strategy, and based on that, just buy and sell, right? So it's more directive versus uh, deterministic versus undeterministic.
And because the reason I'm asking, you're using cloud, that's good, right? But there are extensions available on the cloud, right? That like market researcher agent, or like any financial look through agents, right? That they can look into company financials. Did you also added them those extension in this, or they're by default?
No, not yet, but that's something we are looking at to do
Okay.
because if you look at the roadmap, the idea is to be able to expand to, financial news, right? So take that financial news into account and feed that into another agent, right? So we are trying to make it more proper agentic where we would have an orchestrator agent and then the executor agent. The executor agent will basically every day it will look at the news, it will look at the financial metrics for the company and really go deep into a company and get all that data, feed into another agent that will then decide based on that, whether to buy or sell based on the risk profile of the user.
Yeah, look into the extension plugins for from Cloud.
Yeah,
Uh, they might have it ready for you. There are like four agents for all this financial sites, so it might help.
yeah. Can you ping me the those names of those eight
Yeah,
extensions?
yeah, I have. I'll ping you in this chat. Thank you.
Okay,
Great. Thank you very much.
welcome.
Great
No more
question.
questions? Happy to back to you.
I have a question though.
Yeah,
So when you say paper, what does that mean? Is it like paper money? Is that what you're trying to say? And it's not
that's
real
correct.
money that
It's
you're
not real
trading.
money. Yeah.
And then what's the point of that then if I'm not using this for trading
For
and
learning, right? So you want to make sure that these strategies are actually useful for you.
got it. Okay.
So right now, I mean, it comes out of the box. It has 7 strategies, but we want to make the strategies configurable so you can choose your own uh, you know, you can choose your own strategy. So,
Got
for example, like, day trading will look at like, certain other parameters, and swing trading will look at momentum, basically, which is like, looking at MACD as one of the technical parameters, or moving average for 200 days, 500, 200 day, 30 day, 90 day, and so on. So this is typically what traders use. And so right now we have these static strategies, but you should be able to choose dynamically what strategy you want, and based on that, then you want to test your strategy, right? So you want to test with the paper money first.
Perfect. I see that. Okay, I see how that helps in more in terms of learning and understanding. Cool. The
Yeah,
second thing I wanted to say was this. I I thought this was agentic completely, but it's semi-agentic. That makes sense. So
yeah,
that was my question because I was like, how is this fully agentic? Because we define LLMs and agents in a different ways.
yeah,
So it makes sense that it's semi-agentic. You may also look to seeing integration with Hermes agent at some point
yeah.
to actually when people are ready to move out of learning and want to actually implement, or even for learning to see if there is a way. I think that could be an interesting integration.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube is filled with people who have created agents using OpenClaw or Hermes, and they are actually, and or just even Claude, so you can actually do that.
Yeah.
And I think one of the two common use cases is one trying to make a personal agent like Jarvis, and second, uh, trading. Those two have been very common use cases.
Yes, yes. Making one is easy, but maintaining it, owning it, that's where the dry job comes. And so
Yep.
if you're building a platform like this, providing that capability or integrating that might be really helpful as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think we have two more hands raised. So,
I think
uh,
Udit has his question already answered, so maybe just
okay.
hand down.
Shabrish?
But
Hey, Rajesh, very good application. So I had one comment and one of the other is a question. So first one is like, have you heard about something called as Motley Fool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do stock suggestions, like
Mm-hmm.
options, packages, and whatnot.
Mm.
So that is maybe something you can look into. That way, when you are want to help the folks to learn something, maybe suggestions like Motley Fool, how do you suggest? Like it's very simple, like $99 a year. That's also maybe if you get some APIs from them and hook into there, that would be a good addition as well for the folks to do. And the second thing, which again, one of the cohorts in Jyoti's cohorts we studied is guardrails. So what kind of guardrails you have in place for this application if you want to hook into or integrate into any of the other things?
I mean, the guardrails are there in terms of trading, right? So like 2% stop loss or trailing stop loss. So we have that. So if market goes up or down, then based on the trailing stops, it will execute the trade, will sell the position. And then also we have number of stocks that you can buy. So don't buy more than 100. So we have these kind of card profiles set. And then in the future, we will have a user enter their, answer a few questionnaire to create their risk profile. And based on that, we can have further card rails for the trades that will be done by those agents.
So does this need like some kind of uh, government policies you have to enroll into, like
Sorry, what
for instance,
policies?
like government things, like for instance, HIPAA rules or regulations you want to maintain
This is
when
the
you do it.
MVP. This is the
Right,
demo.
right.
Yeah, if
So
we actually
that
make it, then we would have all the terms and conditions and disclosures and everything. Yeah, and
exactly.
HIPAA is
So
for usually for health, so you need
correct.
more financial
I'm just
policies.
taking as a
Yeah,
reference as HIPAA. So yeah, so
yeah,
just wanted to see in that aspect as
yeah. I
well.
mean, in
Thanks.
general, you want to make sure that your trades are not visible to everybody else, and there is no there's separation of accounts and all that.
Right.
So yeah,
Yep.
GDPR is important from a data
Yep.
perspective.
Perfect. Yep. Thank
Okay, Kiran, I think one last
I think
question.
in the interest of time, Kiran, maybe you can put your question in the chat because I
Okay.
want to move on to the next demo. Thank you, Rajesh. This is amazing. And when you're ready to enroll new users with after you have all those guardrails and everything incorporated, let us know. We would love to feature and give you a shout out for users to try.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is Shabarish for NavKuro.
Okay, let me share my screen quickly. Please let me know when you see my screen.
Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay. Yeah, so just wanted to give some little background about this application first, and then go over the uh, application demo itself. So NavKuro is currently live today, and this is not a prototype, not a mock-up. It's live application currently. And so what is the main problem? This was personally faced by me. So that is where this point triggered, this application triggered to me. So like most of us, have started like, the problem like headache, drink water or go to ER. What is the cost both in dollars and in terms of time and effort and whatnot? So currently these are real statistics. 26% of US adults skip care due to cost in 2025, and average cost is 2,600 ER. Actually, this is way less than what I personally incur as well, versus $100 to $200 at urgent care. But we don't have like a simple ways to answer what's wrong with me and where do I go quickly. And the stats has the source at the bottom as well, from United Healthcare as well. And then, so what is this? This is an NavKuro is an AI healthcare navigator. So describe your symptoms. It will triage based on the severity. It will find the nearest clinics, and then it will get you directions and book the appointments for you. So these is currently under 10 seconds, and no insurance is required currently. And then this is V1. When we had the cohort with Jyoti, it was a prototype, and we had 1 week time to get that prototype. But now it is 1 month since I finished my cohort. Now it is V1. These are real metrics. It's 50 different test cases have eval pass rate, 100% pass rate, 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds of response time. And there are different red team cases which are advisory passed as well. And it is version 1.30 stable. It's live. And so this is the main difference with search engines versus the NavKuro. So it is not a search based, it's a conversational based. You search, they list the results for you, but here you talk it conversation based and it navigates to you. So no insurance, it will still route to you. These are safety guardrails. One of the important aspects which are here in the NavKuro, it detects the emergency based upon your prompt, and then it will also help you to guardrail for the self-harm conditions as well. And then this is the common question I get most of the time. So one of the feedback what Jyoti gave me is to get the get this word out and get the feedback back when I did the demo. So since then I've been talking to folks, and one of the main common question I get is like, how it is NavKuro different from ChatGPT or Claude or any other chatbots and whatnot. So these are like uh, real live clinical data, and it's structured triage. It has healthcare guardrails in it. Uninsured people, it will route. It will do all the test cases, which I said, talk about 50 eval test cases. It's pass rate. No hallucinations on any of the clinics and whatnot. So what are the different technologies and architecture built in? So completely, it's when the prototype was created, it was 6 different agents. But one of the feedback in the demo or the question got is like, number of agents causes more problems. So less the agents, more accurable and robust you can make it. You can always create more sub agents. So that's where I reduced from 6 to 2 LLM agents, and Anthropic Claude Sonnet it used, and then as I said, 50 different test cases, N10 orchestration, lovable for front end, and Zoho I used for the mail for any feedback and whatnot. And then for the data, Google Live Map Places API, real-time clinic discovery, and it also has GA4 analytics as well, Google Analytics and GTAG integrated as well. And then for the safety, as I said, it detects the emergency, and it will immediately with zero latency, it will show you the emergency detection, and it will navigate you to call to 911. And it also self-harm guardrails and then prompt injection defense as well. So it will only answer the questions based upon the health related navigation questions, not like if you ask like, how do I fly a kite? No, it will not tell you. So that is one of the guardrails which also happen in this as well. So currently it's V1 live, triage, clinical discovery, 100% eval pass rate, emergency guardrails, stable version. What is next? So one of the things is like more making it more automated. So Supabase is one of the databases. It is N10 and Claude acceptable as well. So I'm going to use that. And then N10 self-healing workflows, voice enabled. And also one of the ideas is like, input pictures. Like for instance, I have a bruise on my head. Just take a picture and upload it, and automatically it should detect and then navigate to you to right direction based upon the triage. So that is one of the things also I'm thinking to incorporate. And then booking coordinator as well, using Zoho email. And then real booking integrations, Epic, ZocDoc or Teledoc APIs, and then real insurance verifications, and then HIPAA compliance. And then there are other more uh, fo- version 4 and 5 for the vision, like deeper EHR connectivity, enterprise partnership, mobile app, and scaling this application in multiple diagonals. So that's that. And then it's live, as I said, NavKuro.ai. Please try it, share feedback, try to break it, and please let me know so that way I can fix it. So that is the best feedback I can get. And that being said, let me just quickly share. This is the NavKuro.ai app currently. And as I said, it has this how it works steps, AI powered, but these is a placeholders. That's why I added testimonials or illustrative examples, not a representation of real users. And this is one of the FAQs. As I said, many people ask me, so I thought it's better to put it on the application itself. And then it also has everything about the company, how it works, privacy, terms of services. So it has everything what I said. HIPAA, we are not saving any data here, following all the guardrails, safety, and everything. And it was not there when it was initially developed. So that being said, let me just quickly show you how it works. So this is one of the HIPAA statements, and then it has bot check. So I'm using Cloudflare turnstile instead of now regular reCAPTCHA, because it's calm, cool. Does it work behind the scenes? No problem and whatnot. So and then one of the uh, prompts, it's like very simple: sore throat, mild fever for 2 days. Let's see what it gives. So behind the scenes, let me show you. These are the two workflows what I have in NI10, and it I can show you in detail workflows, like how it is navigating, what are the different check conditions, how it is traveling through the path. So it has the emergency detection intention, call care navigator, finding clinics, maps. And I am currently, as I said, in V1, I'm using Google Sheets to show all the data. But at the same time, it will show you the response, and it will go to the second workflow for booking. And if no booking, it will be there. But it in real time, what we just executed, I can see the execution here. It will under 10 minutes, under 10 seconds, as I said, it will show you the path, how it navigated, and whatnot. And for the analytics, as I said, I've been getting feedback. There is a spike of almost 261% of user usage. So I'm also tracking DAO and MAU as well as for the analytics. And trying to improve the analytics as well, which will help me as well. So simple, I'm just going to give let me see, city or zip code. So I've given the zip code. Let's see what is the next thing I get it. So, and in meanwhile, let me get the other one. So you can see now I got all the clinics near my home. That is my home zip code. It's real. And just based upon the clinics and the ratings, it will list out to you. And then just click it. It will show you the directions from your home till the hospital. So that's one thing. And there is a clear session. So don't want to do the conversation. You can always switch it, the users. Next thing. So as soon as it sees the emergency detection it will automatically fire up that red color banner and it says call 911 immediately. So zero latency as well. So that's one of the things I wanted to show you guys. And then the third one, let me just take quickly here. So it says this is also call 911 or nearest emergency as well. And then the last one, in the interest of time, I just don't want to go more test cases, but this is like other one, just asking for medications for diabetics. So let's see what it tells me. So as it says, it is not a recommended, it does not provide medication recommendations. It will only find you health specialist nearby. So it is asking for your symptoms and whatnot. So this is how I'm putting the guardrails in place as well. So uh, just for the interest of time, this is how I'm using this NavKuro currently. And as I said, uh, there are still more features I would like to improve in V1 in the roadmap as well, and then go over the next versions. So I'll
Thank you,
stop there.
Sabarish. It's really nice to see how far you have taken from the last time, just a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
to where it is today, and that you have real users. So I'm really proud of how far along you have come. By the way, Sabarish was part of the AI product management cohort by NextGen Product Manager. We'll put the link to the cohort signups as well if anyone is interested to join. We also do Agentic AI and PM Accelerator for interview preparation. So we'll put the links in the chat if anyone's interested. But this is amazing, Shabrish. This is great. I see Rajesh has a question, so I'll let him take his question and then I'll come back
Yep.
to.
Go ahead, Rajesh.
Yeah, thanks, Jyoti, and thanks for the demo, Shabrish. So, yeah, my initial thought was this could be a class 1 or 2 medical device because it's actually diagnosing the problem, but looks like it's simply asking you the symptom, and based on that, it's redirecting you to a clinic. That's it, right?
This is just the V1, but the real game changer will be in the V2, where you actually can integrate the real insurance check, and then it goes into the, I don't know whether you know Epic. It's one of the medical health record in the country. So we have to integrate that APIs, and it will automatically book the appointments for you. So it's like, you know, don't go anywhere, just in there under 10 minutes from symptom till booking, everything will be covered. So that's what the game changer will be in the next phase. But as I said, it was just a prototype. Now it is V1. The
Yeah.
pipeline is coming to there.
Yeah, just one question on the development itself, the architecture. So I was curious, like you said the front end was made in lovable React. Why not just use Claude for everything, including orchestration? So because you're using front end in React and lovable, and then you use n8n for orchestration. I'm not familiar with n8n in terms of how to actually integrate it, but I was curious, why not just use Claude for everything?
So for until prototype till V1, I was just messing around. Okay, so I don't have an automation process. So now I have a clear vision or the picture what I want to do. So the architecture, how it will be working is now uh, we have the uh, GitHub. It's the bridge between the Claude and the Lovable. And then the next one is Supabase and the Google APIs. Everything will be talking to the N8N Claude code and Claude design. So that is what it going to be in the V2. That is what my next steps are. So I'm making it more automated and more robustic, and at the same time, it's not like here and there versus completely automated in a process in a decent way. So one of the things I wanted to explore was Vercel, but Lovable seems a good option as well, so I went with it.
So, just
Okay.
to answer the question, Rajesh, you could build apps using Claude and you can
Yeah.
build agentic apps as well using Claude and then put a front end to it. this is another way for it to be very easy, where he's building real agentic workflows because there are agents behind the scenes in and using N8N, and he is attaching databases in a simplistic way where all the auth is already pre-handled by
Correct.
N8N versus all of the auth and everything would have to maintain, and then from Claude he would have to deploy it somewhere through Railway or Render to have the app running, because it'll be both a full stack app along with all using like a Versal SDK or something to maintain the API keys, which would be a much harder legwork beyond if he's taking for real users. Beyond prototype, it is a much harder legwork than the architecture where he is using, which can be used to scale up easily.
Scale up easily. Correct.
Thank you.
All right. For anyone who's interested in booking a call with my team to talk about the various programs, the call booking link is also in the chat, so you can take a look at it. Shabrish, question for you, or rather a few suggestions for you. I think you could also see if there are med LLMs as well
Yep.
that are trained on medical data. So um, that could be another option. But if your thing is all around, I'm going to help you find the right network provider, the right, and it's very common. The number of times I would want to figure out a doctor and see, are they in insurance? Do they cover like my insurance
Right.
policy? So this could be something really simple. And if that's the use case, and you don't need Med LLM, but if you were looking for like, hey, you want to give like a photo and then get an initial analysis, then Med LLMs could be something. I also love the guardrails you put in place
Yeah.
and the evals you have done. I think
Yep.
great. That's the difference between moving from prototype to getting it into production. These are all like the things that you have to do for hardening. So
Yeah.
it's great. Good
So,
at that.
Jyoti, one question I have is that you promised me you'll introduce me to Marchi. So I did
Oh,
send
yeah.
him a message, but unfortunately, I moved from V1 to V2, where
Yeah.
voice enable, it's like a game changer. Instead of
Uh-huh.
typing 2 a.m., who will type the symptoms and what? It's just open the voice and explain your symptoms, and it will automatically, it's a game changer. So that's what one of the things I would like to seek your help for.
Okay. Sounds good. Did you connect with Mark Che already,
I
or
did send him message, but there was no response, so maybe it will
I
be
will,
helpful if you
yes, I
come
will
in
do the
between.
warm intro. So right after this, I'll do a warm intro to you both then. Because I
Absolutely.
think what he's done, it's for a different industry, but you can definitely borrow
The
things
knowledge. Yep.
things from there that would be related to what you're doing too. So happy to connect you both.
And then second favor from you, Jyoti, is that you said you'll send me the details of the pitch-ins. So I did try where hackathons or whatnot, because this was one of the bold innovative idea which won the capstone, and really most of the people I got the feedback was it was novel and rational compared to the chatbots, and people really liked it. So I just want to see how much forward I can take it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I will send you the name of the conference that I told you about that's going to be held in Boston later this year, which is focused on
Okay.
care. I'll send that to you. Also, if anyone else on the call, if you're aware of healthcare related conferences where Shabrish can take this and set up a booth and show people and get more feedback and actually make this as a product, please put that in the chat or reach out to him on our community as well, or he's also provided his email ID
Yep.
here.
Yep.
So you can probably, Shabrish, just put your email or in on NavKuro, if you go to contact, looks like his
Yep.
uh,
It's
uh,
there.
it's there, the email.
Yep.
So please reach out to him directly. But if anyone knows of any healthcare conferences that he could go and showcase, please share that in the chat. It'll be very helpful for him to get more feedback.
Yep. Please do so. Thank you so much, everyone.
Awesome. I think with that, Rajesh, why don't you take the last question and then
Yeah,
we'll wrap it up.
yeah. Since Sabrish, you seem to be very serious about NavKuro, what was the revenue model that you are looking at? How would you
So
generate revenue?
that's a good question. So monetization was never the thought. The first thought was to, help the community. So, but the second thing is that, definitely I'm burning my money here, but at the same time, I would like to make it. So Google Ads is one of the things I'm looking into. The second thing is that, pitching these hackathons and pitch-ins and whatnot to see where I can go and whatnot. And the third stream is like, as I said, like collaborating with others and whatnot. So these are the three streams I'm exploring. But if there are any other options, if anyone can think of, please let me know. I would like to make some money as well, with the help I'm making to the community. Both.
Did you have any thoughts
Ye-
on revenue optimization, Rajesh?
Please feel.
Right now it's like, too early, but yeah, like ad base is usually the way to go. But I think of it as WebMD, right? The only thing is WebMD is more comprehensive. It tells you exactly what's the problem, what's the solution, everything, which has been my go-to for a long time. And now this doesn't do all that. It just tells you, okay, here's the place you can go, which as a person who actually has insurance, we should know, right? So
Even no
I have
insurance
to.
also can go now.
Yeah, so for those people who don't have insurance, this is actually more important versus
Yep.
people who have insurance, right? Because I see people who do not have insurance struggle with where to go, and I see that on my
Even for
local community WhatsApp.
insurance, even for
Yeah,
insurance, they need to know which hospital or clinic that insurance is in network. So that
yeah.
also is an issue it
But
solves
Shabrish,
now.
usually, yeah, I understand, but usually it will be a one-time problem. Once you know, okay, I live here, I know a couple of urgent care centers, I know this hospital, this PCP, that's it. I don't need to look again. I don't need to come. So you have to see the stickiness, like what is the stickiness, right? That people
Primary
will
care
come back to
physician,
it.
you'll be fixed, but the specialty, you'll be always changing. For instance, I have, like ear infection. Now I don't know. Other than PCP, I don't know who is the nearest, ear specialist in my
Yeah,
location, which
actually on
covers.
this,
So
I want to chime in. So, for me, for example, I have insurance and I know who the insurance provider is. All these insurance providers also give you a mobile app for you to search, but it's just so convoluted today that it like you have to download this app, then you have to find, then you have to
correct.
um
Enter
then
the credentials.
enter the credentials. Half the time I have forgotten when I had signed up. On the date of joining, I went and signed up for it, and then after that I don't even remember, and I have forgotten long time after it. The other thing is it just gives me the list of doctors. Shabrish, if you can bring that social community angle to this, that's the thing that's usually missing is um, we can get this list of doctors from other places to Rajesh's point for insurance, those who have insurance. But the place where I have struggled is knowing which doctor is good. So for me, it's always like hit or trial. Like I'll ask in some
Right.
WhatsApp groups of friends that I know, hey, anyone's gone for ENT to this doctor? And based on that, I'll go. Or if no, if I don't know if or I don't want to ask, then I'll just go. If it turns out good, great. My luck is great. Otherwise, I'll be like, okay. So, some type of like a ZocDoc,
Yep.
kind of
Zocdoc.
like bringing that social community in here could
Yep.
be a good one.
Yep.
And for revenue, the way I would suggest is maybe you can look at it as a subscription based model, very low subscription, like maybe like just a
Couple of
dollar per
dollars.
month or two
Yeah.
dollars per
Yeah.
month. Like you don't want to overcharge
Right.
somebody,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
a $1 or a $2 per month is not like something people will like think a lot about.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, the number of people on uninsured target segment is huge.
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 So,
Exactly.
Huge.
Yep.
Huge.
so if you
Yep.
actually go target that segment and you keep it at like a $1 per month price point, it
Mm.
is very
Right.
affordable for them. So while you
Absolutely.
won't be minting multi-millions, but you that can at least be a little bit of like revenue.
Correct. Absolutely.
Bhavna,
agreed.
take it off and then we'll close after
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I just quickly, everything Jyoti said is what I wanted to say. And starting with $1 per month, I mean, it's a no-brainer for many people who are paying like,
Exactly.
1,500 bucks a month for their health insurance. And the other place where I think could be really useful is for many people who travel a lot for work, like me. When I
Correct.
was consulting, I was constantly on the move. And so when I go to another state, for example, I'm a California state resident, but when I go to, let's say, North Carolina, and something happens to my health and I want to find out, okay, I need to find like an eye doctor or a ear specialist who is in network, so I don't have to pay out of pocket. And it's such a complex process to find that out. If there's a tool that can quickly tell me, okay, these are the 10 which are in network that you can use on your California, that's huge win. So for
Huge.
me,
Exactly.
that would be a very, very useful thing for people like me who are consultants and who are traveling all the time. And
Absolutely.
that was fantastic. I'm going to end and leave right now because I got to go for
So
another
much,
meeting.
Bhavna,
But
for that.
great feedback.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
And Shabrish, the other idea I have is you can also partner up with some of these travel companies, reach out to Naven, reach out to a few
Yep.
other travel companies to see if this could be provided as part of the package to their business customers. So
Great idea.
those are all like a few other ways to for you to extend this. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Shabrish. Thanks, Rajesh. I know there were a lot more folks who had signed up to showcase, but there's only so much time. But don't get disheartened. In another 2 weeks, we'll have the same session again where we'll prioritize your presentations, and please join the session then, and we would love to showcase your sessions, and similar to like what Rajesh and Shabrish got feedback, we would love to analyze and identify where you're blocked and unblock you. And for anyone who's interested in joining an AI product management course to learn all of these from scratch, the call booking link is provided. You can book a free strategy call and talk to my team. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. See you next week.